To celebrate the fall in epic fashion, we're blind tasting rye whiskeys to find out which one deserves a spot in your glass. What in the world? This is shocking to me.
Yeah, me too. And if you agree rye spice beats pumpkin spice, we've actually got the t-shirt to prove it. We've also got Drinkers Assemble and malt whiskey.
We have a ton of cool designs that we think you're gonna love. These shirts are soft, they fit great, and they come in a variety of sizes and colors. Be sure to check the link in the description below. 10% off for new customers. Now let's meet the contenders for this epic rye blind tasting showdown.
First up, from Bardstown, Kentucky, a cult favorite that whiskey fans either love or love to argue about. It's bold, it's spicy, it's Willet Family Estate 4-year rye.
In this corner, innovation meets tradition. They malted the rye grain to change the game. Rich, chocolatey, and 6 years old. That's New Riff 6-year malted rye.
From Buffalo Trace's high-end E.H. Taylor line, bottled in bond, tough to find and always hyped. But can it stand tall on a blind? Enter E.H. Taylor Straight Rye.
Representing Texas. It's Austin's hometown distillery with a rabbit on the label and a punch of flavor in the glass. Say hello to Still Austin's bottled in bond rye.
Heading west, we've got a California contender that's winning fans across the country. It's affordable, it's approachable, and not to be underestimated. We've got Redwood Empire's Emerald Giant.
Every lineup needs a budget bruiser. This is the most affordable rye in the fight tonight. Classic, simple, and built for everyday sipping. It's Old Overholt's 4-year straight rye whiskey.
Back in Kentucky, Heaven Hill brings an experimental twist. Grain to glass, limited release with a spotlight on transparency. This one is Heaven Hill's Grain to Glass Rye.
And rounding out the lineup, from Ohio, bold, grain forward, and unlike anything else on this card, this is Middle West Dark Pumpernickel Rye.
I am pumped to see which one of these comes out on top because these are all very good rye whiskeys.
And they're all great in their own way.
I'm excited, man.
I am too. We're gonna get so f***ed up. So here's how it's gonna go down. We're gonna taste each one of these, which are definitely not urine samples, and then rank them from least favorite to most favorite. The beauty about this is that rye is multi-seasonal.
Just like my allergies. All right, let's see what we get for our first pour here.
Well, it's a rye.
Please follow us for more insightful tips like this. Oh, dude, I'm getting brown sugar and like baking spices in here.
I'm getting a little bit of the cocoa notes actually.
Cocoa notes.
Cocoa notes.
It's not overpowering. I don't get a ton of like spice in the face like you'd expect from a rye.
Yeah, no, this feels like a multi-layered one. I have a feeling that this is probably gonna be one of the more upscale ones. I'm gonna give this one a 4.
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I feel like this is layered. I feel like this is balanced. I feel like this has a lot of different notes than just like the one note of spice and earth that you typically get from rye.
Yeah. It was really thick on the tongue. Went back. Oh man, that doesn't burn at all either.
No, this is a fantastic pour. Again, I got the same cocoa notes on this. I got more of the baking spice than the pepper.
Yeah, you know, I didn't get the same baking spices on the palate that I did on the nose. I got a little bit of the spice this time from the rye, but not like the punch in the face that you sometimes get from rye. This was a little bit more subtle.
I'm gonna give this one a 4 all the way through.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 on the nose, a 4 on the taste, and a 4 on the finish.
Okay.
I get chocolate notes, I get caramel, I get vanilla. The finish isn't the longest, but it is very enjoyable and pleasant all the way through.
Yeah, we're pretty close here. I also gave it a 4 on the palate. I thought it was very nice. I thought there were a lot of good complex flavors there, but for me, the finish was a little short. So I gave the finish a 3. So I finished with an 11.
With your 11 and my 12, that's a total of 23 points. Which is starting off on a pretty strong note here. And now we're on to number 2.
Ooh.
This is a lot more herbal.
Yes.
A lot more herbal and lemony.
I'm getting sort of like a green tea type of scent in here too. This is totally different than what we just had.
It is. This seems a lot more straightforward to me.
Yep.
But a little bit more one note.
Yeah.
So on the nose, I'm gonna give this one a 2.
I'm right there with you.
Holy shit, look at that.
That was a lot nicer than the nose. I got a lot more sweet notes on this one than I did in the first one.
To me, this one is a little bit sweeter, almost like a lemonade type of flavor with a lot of that herbaceousness. It's nice. It seems to me not as complex as the first one.
Agreed.
I'm gonna go 3 on the palate and 2 on the finish.
Okay.
I feel like the finish just kind of died down. It just ended. It didn't really give me a lot of layers.
So I'm going to go 2-2-2 for mine.
Okay, so that's a total of 13.
Man, what a drop off from number 1.
Right?
From 23 to 13.
I'm very curious to find out which one this is.
Yeah, this one to me was a little bit more one-dimensional. It's interesting doing these side by side because you really get to understand and explore these flavors a lot more. So I'm really interested to see what happens with number 3 because 1 and 2 were complete opposites.
Right?
Ooh, this one's a little bit faint.
This is a little bit more faint. It was so faint, in fact, that when I sniffed it, I almost immediately went for the drink instead of even talking about it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just instincts.
Wow, like it wasn't even there.
Like it wasn't even there.
I'm picking up a little bit of spice in here. Maybe a little bit of grass.
I'm picking up a lot of grass, like
Yeah.
earth. I'm getting a lot of those notes. I'm not getting any spice though. I'm getting a little bit of green apple.
I mean, right off the bat, man, I think I'm gonna have to give this a 2 on the nose.
Yeah? Okay. I'm convinced.
Let me get a few more in them.
I was debating between a 1 and a 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But then I started getting some green apple notes in there, a little bit of orchard fruit. And then it took me back to a place where I'm just walking down, there's the sun gleaming on my face, and I'm just putting my hands gently around an orchard, and I just grab an apple, and I just...
And then you die of poison.
Well, way to bring me down to earth, Ryan.
That is one-dimensional through and through. I got almost nothing on the palate there.
Really?
Yeah, I got a little bit, if you want to call it, a little bit of spice. Barely passed through on the way down. But other than that, I'm not getting much, man.
I got a lot of green apple on this.
Did you?
Yeah, I got a lot of green apple.
Okay.
I was very surprised at how much green apple I got. And a little bit of caramel notes. But I would agree, it's pretty one-dimensional. It's a little faint. There's not a lot there. So I'm gonna go with here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with a 2 on the palate, but I'm gonna go with a 3 on the finish.
Oh.
It feels like the finish kind of lingers a little bit more than I expected. And it starts turning a little bit more into like tobacco notes and a little bit more earthiness towards the finish than I did at first. So because of that little bit of complexity, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay. So I'm gonna give it a 2 on the palate.
Okay.
For me, the finish was very abrupt.
Oh.
I'm not getting any of that residual feeling that you're getting. So I'm gonna go with a 1.
Yeah, man. We can all be winners, you know what I mean?
We can't all have happy palates.
So I gave it a total of 7, you gave it a total of 5. So with that, this is our last place as of now with a 12.
Number 4, here we go. This is what I expect from a rye.
Yes, this is very quintessential.
So you can be very quintessential.
Yeah, there's layers to quintessentialness.
Wow. I get the rye spice, obviously, but I'm also getting a little bit of caramel, a little bit of, so I don't want to say grass, but it's almost like the grass cuttings after you cut the grass.
I get that. I get a lot of bold rye spice, and then I'm getting a little hint of that sort of like just fresh cut grass smell.
I mean, I'm gonna have to give this one a 3, I think.
I'm gonna give this one a 4.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 4, at least on the nose.
Okay.
I feel like this is gonna be bold. Oh, this is a quintessential rye.
It is.
You're getting a lot of that rye spice. You're getting this lemon pepper note in there. You're getting a lot of spice. You're getting earthiness. You're getting grass. When you think rye, this to me is a rye.
Yeah.
No frills, nothing too exciting. Just what a rye is supposed to be.
This is the definition of a rye whiskey, and right down the board, I'm gonna give it 3s all across the board.
All across the board, a 3.
Yeah.
Even though this is what you would consider the rye.
Yes, because I don't consider it overly complex. It's exactly what a rye should be, but it wasn't something that was overly like, there was no wow factor for me in this one.
Got it. So for the palate, I'm gonna give this one a 4, and for the finish, I'm gonna give it a 3. There wasn't a lot of complexity in the finish, but to me, it's still a quintessential rye. I really enjoyed this one, and I feel like it is where it belongs. This number 4 mystery bottle ends up at a 20, which is second place, which I think that's exactly where it belongs as of now.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where our next 4 go.
I am too. I'm gonna need a water break.
A few minutes later.
Now, sample number 5. Boom, boom.
I was just
boom,
gonna
boom.
do that. Man, this one's faint too.
It's a little faint, but I'm getting some chocolatey notes on this.
Yeah? Yeah, I'm getting little herbal notes on this one. A little bit of green tea, a little bit of grassy notes.
Yeah.
It definitely has a little bit more complexity, I think, than number 2 and 3.
I'm getting a lot of bitterness.
Okay.
And I think that's where the chocolatey notes come from for me. But I do think that like Earl Tea is probably a better description for what I'm getting on the nose. On the nose, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay. For me, I think 3 is solid on this one.
You give it a 3 as well?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
So I got a little bit of kind of peppery spice. So it's like if somebody poured pepper into a green tea.
Wow.
Yeah,
That sounds disgusting.
it does, but it actually works.
I'm enjoying this a little bit more on the palate than I was expecting.
Okay.
I really like this a lot, actually. I like the chocolatey notes. I'm getting a lot of chocolatey notes on this. I'm getting like malted rye type of flavors. I'm not trying to sway the audience here and say like, I think I know what this is. I don't know what this is, but I do get some chocolatey notes on this. I get a little bit of that tea flavor, a little bit of earthiness, but this was a lot better on the palate than it was on the nose for
I
me.
agree.
Now the finish was a little short, but it's still enjoyable. So I think that on the palate, I'm gonna give this one a 4. And on the finish, I'm gonna give it a 4 as well.
Wow.
Or maybe a 3. I want to switch it. I'm gonna go for the 3.
Okay.
Because the finish is not complex enough to give it a 4, but it was a very enjoyable pour.
Yeah, it was nice. Not my favorite pour that we've had here today, but I think it was better than a couple that we've done already.
I would agree.
I'm gonna give this one a 3 on the palate and a 3 on the finish.
Okay, so between your 9 and my 10, that is a total of 19, giving it 3rd place, which I personally think that that's exactly where it belongs from these 5 that we've tried so far.
All right, you ready for number 6?
I am so ready. Hit me, baby.
One more time.
I love how quick you just jumped right on that one.
Yeah.
That's why we're a team.
Oh, this one's different.
It is. It's a lot more lemony and herbaceous to me.
This one is very citrusy. I'm not getting much of the rye spice in here at all.
No, I'm not getting a lot of spice at all. But I am not getting much else though.
Yeah, it's not overly complex.
No.
It's pleasant smelling, but it's not, there's not layers to it.
No.
Dude, that was almost like drinking water. This has absolutely zero finish. I got maybe a little bit of lemon on the palate, but honestly, this is probably the lowest ranked one for me so far.
All right, wait, so the nose, what we're gonna rank the nose? Because we already drank it.
Yeah, for me, the nose is a 2. The palate is probably a 1, and the finish is a 1.
Wow, I'm curious to find out which one this is because
I know.
I'm kind of on the same boat. The taste to me didn't really provide much. And I did get a lot of that lemony zest and not much else, and it was pretty faint. So I'm gonna give this one a 2 on the nose, a 1 on the taste, and a 1 on the finish. So we both gave it a 2, 1, 1. That's 4 each, giving it an 8 total. So this is our last place one right now.
Yikes.
And I'm very curious to find out which one this is, because honestly, there was not a single bad rye on the list. But this one to me, it's not that it's bad, but it doesn't stack up with the other ones.
Honestly, I feel kind of spoiled starting with number 1 where we did.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of been downhill from there.
It kind of has been, right?
Yeah.
Now we got number 7.
We got 2 left. Okay. This to me is a nice step up from what we've been smelling.
That sounds a little strange.
It does.
But I agree. This to me is quintessential rye, just like the other one, but I'm getting a lot more oomph. So I would have to say that this is probably a higher proof bottle.
Actually, to me, I'm getting some more like caramel notes on this one too,
Yeah.
which is very interesting. I'm getting sweeter notes. There's definitely some complexity here that we've been missing from the last few bottles. So I'm gonna probably go with a 4 on the nose here.
I'm gonna go with a 4.
Yeah.
This is pretty in your face. I got bold smells on the nose, but the taste was a lot more layered and not as bold as I was expecting. So I'm getting a lot more of the earthy notes. I'm getting a lot of cocoa on this. I'm getting like Mexican hot chocolate. A little bit of that spice in there, a little bit of cinnamon. On the palate, I'm gonna give this one a 4. This was a very tasty, chocolatey, rich rye. On the finish, just because there's not a ton of complexity in there, I'm gonna give it a 3.
You know what? I'm right in line with you.
Okay.
On the palate, I'm gonna give it a 4. There was some nice flavors in there. I definitely get the chocolate that we're talking about here, a little bit of green tea, but it all played together really nice. And there was some layers there. It was complex. On the finish, I'm with you also. I'm gonna give it a 3. It wasn't the longest finish, but it was a nice finish.
Right.
So right down the middle, I think a 3 is fair. So we each gave it an 11. So this was gonna get a 22, putting it into second place.
Yeah, you just bumped it right into second place.
Look at that.
You skipped the line.
All right, moving on to number 8.
This is our final pour. I'm getting a lot of cinnamon notes, like cinnamon powder
Yeah.
and earth.
I definitely get the cinnamon that you're talking about. So to me, it's like a cinnamon Red Hot or a Tic Tac or
Yes.
one of those, you know? I'm torn between a 3 and a 4 on this one. I'm probably gonna lean 4 though.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one a 3.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like it. I don't think it is as good as some of the other ones that we have nosed.
Okay.
Like how I did that?
I did, yeah.
Nosed.
That was disappointing for me.
Was it?
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
yeah. I was very encouraged by the nose, but that was a very short finish. The palate was good. I got a little bit of the spice. I actually picked up more citrus on the palate than anything.
Okay, so I could get a little bit of the citrus in the palate, but I'm getting a lot of that cocoa note
Are you?
on this one. Yeah, I'm actually getting a lot of it. But besides that cocoa powder sort of flavor, I'm not getting a lot. It's not the greatest, but I don't think it's that bad either. So I'm gonna go with a 3 on the taste and a 3 on the finish. I'm gonna go 3 all across the board.
Okay. So we're gonna end up with the same score, but I'm going 4, 3, 2.
Oh, all right, so your 9 and my 9 equal 18, right? So it's in the middle of the pack here, lowish middle of the pack. And now we gotta find out what we're drinking.
Okay, coming in last place with a total score of 8, we had bottle number 6, which was
Okay, it made sense. Old Overholt 4-year rye.
wow.
So that is the last place finish. It is the cheapest bottle that we had in the entire list. I'm a huge fan of this bottle, but I guess that I realize right now that among all the other ones, it doesn't stack up.
Yeah, I guess, you know, when you compare them side by side with other ryes, then maybe it kind of falls in line where it should be. Bottle number 3 is, oh, Still Austin, bottled in bond rye.
What in the world? I am so shocked.
Wow.
This is honestly one of my favorite ryes on the planet, or so I thought.
Yeah. Next up, coming in with 13 points, just a hair above Still Austin, you've got bottle number 2.
Dude, it is Heaven Hill grain to glass.
My God.
This is a very expensive bottle.
Yes.
With a total of 18 points is sample number 8. Let's see what we got here.
Oh.
Redwood Empire, Emerald Giant.
This one is one of the more affordable options on this list. This one comes in at under $40, but this is a bottle that I actually really like.
The fact that it's in the middle of the pack, to me, I think it's respectable.
Yeah. Coming in at 19 points, we have bottle number 5, and this one just squeaked out ahead of Redwood Empire. Number 5 is Willet Family Estate 4-year rye.
What?
Yeah. Look at that.
That's a $75 bottle. And honestly, I thought that Willet was gonna come out on top.
Yeah?
Because nobody does the rye game better than Willet. So I was very surprised. With a total of 20 points, we got sample number 4.
E.H. Taylor Straight Rye.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Look at that.
This is shocking to me.
Yeah, me too.
The most expensive pours are out of the picture. This is the most allocated bottle we have.
Coming in with our number 2 bottle, we've got 22 points here, and this is sample number 7.
So our second place finish is Middle West Dark Pumpernickel Rye.
Look at that.
Oh, this is a sleeper hit.
No kidding.
That is a great bottle, and I am so glad that that one got as high up as it did.
Me too.
It goes to show you that price and allocation is not the barometer of whether or not something is good. So now, by proxy, I think we know which one is the winner. But let's reveal it for the fine folks at home. This is our number 1 best rye for the fall.
And we have New Riff 6-year malted rye.
Those chocolatey notes, that complexity, the long finish. There is no bottle in here that I think is better than the New Riff 6-year rye.
This is one of the best ryes, and obviously now doing a blind, the best rye that we've tried.
If you want to see how some of our other blinds turned out, check out these videos right here.
Click one, pour a glass, and we'll see you there. Until next time,
Cheers.
cheers.